All right, guys, I have the new Sketchbox with me. This is for April, and I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this since I saw the teaser on Facebook. So let's just get right into it. All right, first we have the art for the month. Then the little thing about the supplies. All right, the first supply is this 4x6. There's 10 sheets, Pantone from Talon's marker pad, and it is so smooth. I love working on smooth surfaces. Like even when I watercolor, I like hot pressed paper and stuff. And this is even smoother than that. This feels so nice. I would absolutely love like a full size, like I would buy one of these, like a bigger size with hopefully more sheets and everything. This is 180 GSM. It's 4x6, like I said, 82 pounds, 10 sheets. And it's for markers. Next, we have a brush. It's a round Princeton Art and Brush Company. And it's a number 4. We have a Faber-Castell pencil, and it has these cool little nubs to help you hold it. I actually really like the feeling of that. Then we have the most exciting part, these Pantone markers, and I'm assuming because it's April, they did Easter colors, so pastels, and pastels are my favorite, like they're my favorite ever. So we have this pastel, like teal blue, this yellow, this pink, and then this purple. And then last, we have, okay, so these are refillable inks, or refillable markers, I should have said that. I don't know how you refill them yet, I've never used them, but I saw in their little advertisement that they're refillable. And they gave us the ink you fill it with, but it's of a color we don't have in the markers. So I'm assuming you just use it with the brush. And it's this beautiful color. I'm really excited about that. And then we have the sticker. So let's go ahead and try this out. All right, let's start with this beautiful blue. And it looks like they're double-sided. Hold on. Okay, so we have a brush tip side. And I'm assuming this is gonna be a chisel just based on the cap. Yes, chisel. I always use the brush side for everything though. I never use a chisel. Oh, that's really pretty. It is darker than the cap. I was hoping it would be like identical to the cap because the whole point of Pantone is being like an identical color to what they say it is. So unfortunately it's not actually like a pastel. That's disappointing. Let me see. Okay, hold on. The paper, I don't know if you can tell, but the ink is like speckling away. I hope that's showing up. See all those white speckles? I don't know why it's doing that, especially since this was made for these markers. I mean, they're not bleeding through, which is nice, but it is making them have a weird effect. Let's try the yellow next. Ooh. Oh, that's beautiful yellow. That one's much closer to the cap. Much, much closer. It is also doing the speckling though. It's just harder to see because it's so much lighter than the blue. Let's do the pink next. Oh, that's really dark. Okay, unfortunately these aren't pastels like they make it look like on the cap. And this one's speckling also. Last is the purple. Yeah, that's a really dark purple. Oh, that's so disappointing. Like, look at how pretty this is. If that had been that color, I would have been so happy, but look at that. No, that's so sad. I was so excited when I saw that they were pastels. Let's go ahead and try this beautiful green though, see if it's close to the swatch. I hope I don't make a huge mess. I don't have any water or anything with me, and I'm just gonna drop it right onto the page. Okay, that's beautiful. Oh, that's so pretty. Like I said, I don't have water with me, which is why it's not going super smoothly, but that's such a pretty color. I love that. Like, I absolutely love that. Let me read the information on these because I want to know if I can read or use these with my watercolors. Like if you just use them like watercolors. Let's see what the info card says. There's going to be 108 colors of the markers. They're all refillable. They've got the two ends. It's not really, I feel like it's avoiding saying like if they're watercolor. It's okay, pigment-based ink in the pot, so I assume that's just what's in the marker, so it's technically an ink, a pigment-based ink. All right. Can you use inks with watercolors? Obviously, I wouldn't like mix them in a pan or anything, but I mean, I'm assuming they work the same. I have, what are they? Winsor & Newton drawing inks, and I assume this is just the same thing, but I don't have a color like that. I'm really excited about that. Let me see. Okay, the ink bled through a little, but I did drop a full dropper on there, so it was a lot. The markers didn't at all. I'm very impressed with this paper, except for the speckling. So I guess I'm not very impressed with the paper. The speckling really upsets me. I'm really sad about that. And I'm really sad about the caps not matching. Let's see, now that they're dried a bit. Sorry, I know my camera keeps shaking. So this is the blue. This is like robin eggs, like pastel robin eggs blue, this marker cap. And then you just sort of get a sky blue. I'm so disappointed by that. The yellow was very accurate. So, I mean, that's good. The pink is more accurate than the blue. Yeah, the pink's pretty close, it's just a little darker. And then the purple, unfortunately, is much darker than the cap. The ink pot, I'd say that's pretty accurate. Like if I actually had water on my brush when I did it, I think it would turn out that color. This color is pretty close to over here. So that's nice. And okay, I have my Moleskine next to me. Let me see if I swatch one of these on my Moleskine paper. I'm gonna see if it does the speckling, so I know if it's the marker or if it's the paper. So 1 second. I'm going to, I'll just swatch them right here. Let me zoom in a little. And I'm gonna do the blue because it's one of the, no, let me do the darker one. I'm gonna do purple because it's one of the darker ones. And let's see if that speckles. Oh, that speckles worse on normal paper. So it's the markers. And the paper that they, where is it? There we go. That they give you, the marker paper is supposed to prevent it a bit, I guess. It doesn't prevent it fully, but yeah, if you use it on normal paper, it actually speckles more. Okay, good, it didn't mess up anything on the other side. No, that means it's the markers. That's so disappointing. I mean, you could still use them, obviously, like, if you don't mind, but I know that speckling would really bother me. So I guess I would just do like small details on my sketchbook pages here and there with these. It sucks. Look how aesthetic these are. Like, I honestly like just looking at these more than I like using them, unfortunately. This is so beautiful, but they're honestly, that's really disappointing. All right, you guys are gonna have a weird little edit here because I realized I didn't test layering or blending any of the markers. So we're gonna do that now. Yeah, I don't know where I end up clipping that last video and editing it, but let's just get right into it. I'm gonna take all my markers back out because I put them away before realizing that. Here we go. Because I was curious how these were gonna layer since they're ink pens and I've never used ink markers or anything. Okay, so they layer, like, you get much darker when you layer them. That's neat. I do like that it's kind of like Copics where when you go over the marker or the ink, you can get darker colors. You get much darker colors though. It's not even like gradual, like it's, though I did realize that these start lightening as they dry, so I'm sure that will lighten as it dries, but that is neat. And I am going to layer them on top of each other in a second. Okay, let's see. I hope it doesn't mess up the tip at all. So I'll put the lightest color down first. I'm gonna do yellow and I'm gonna go over it with blue and see how that goes. I just wanna let it dry first. And then I'm gonna put some blue down and I'm gonna end up going over that with the pink maybe. All right. Hopefully that's not too wet. Let's see what happens. Okay, yeah. So you full on get green. I don't think it's where you can like blend them together. You can only overlap them, which is an interesting sort of new thing to mess around with. What was I gonna go over this with? Oh, pink, sorry. Oh, that's a really pretty purple. I like that. Okay, so you can layer them to get the other colors. And I just wanted to pop that in here because, like I said, I finished recording and then realized I didn't even try to layer them, which is important because most people like to play with their markers a bit and layer them and everything. But what I was saying in the part that I guess I probably edited out now was that I'm very happy with like the packaging. I love the colors on the caps. I am very bummed out that they don't match accurately, specifically the blue. This has more yellow in it than that blue. This is like a sky blue and this is like a robin eggs blue. And this is my top 3 favorite colors of all time. Like this is literally tied with like pink for my favorite color of all time. So when I saw this marker, I was so excited. And then as soon as I drew it, like my heart just like stopped because I was just so disappointed. So I really wish they matched the caps exactly. That would have made me so happy. That being said, I love this paper. I would absolutely love a pad of this paper because I love working on smooth paper and there's no bleed through from these inks, except for where I used a dropper with the really heavy ink there, but love this paper. Loved this pencil. You know, as much as you can love a graphite pencil. And the brush was good. So yeah, it was definitely a good box. I would have said that this was just the best box ever if these didn't speckle and if they matched their caps better. So it was good, could have been great. It was so close to being great. But tell me what you guys think. Tell me if you want to see me use these in the future for a full drawing or something in my sketchbook. And yeah, tell me if you got them and what you thought about them. But I will see you guys soon. Bye.